man, you know, how does he do that? You know, man, how do you gobble on it like that? Howdy folks, Gary and Carlin, Mosses Creek Outdoors, Tennessee. I'm going to go over, let you hear a few turkey sounds here on some of my original killers. This is going to be 3 of them that's been so very effective for me in the woods over the years. And of course, I have nailed well over 100 longbeards in regards to using these 3 different calls. And of course, many will know this is the snuff can tube call, which again, as I have stretched the point before, is an absolute killer once it's mastered. Now it may take, you know, a little time. It's took me several years, you know, to learn how to use a turkey snuff can tube call. But I'm telling you now, every minute that you can put toward using or perfecting a tube caller is well worth your while out there in the turkey woods, because you can get out there, you can cover some ground with a tube call, as well as once you get more experience with using a call, you can learn how to do much softer type calling for up in the woods, you know, or closer range calling, or whatever, you know, the situation might be. I've also got my very popular Wingwood Yelper call. And of course, this is a Jake Wingbone. I'm gonna play some sounds on both of these as well. All right, now this is just showing just a few of my turkey snuff can tube callers. All the calls are pretty much identical or just alike. This is one right here that I actually hunt with. This is a walnut call, and of course, my early tube callers also had a wood mouthpiece up here, and I started putting a plastic for the mouthpiece due to moisture when the call is in drastic use. But like I say, they're pretty much just alike, except that's a walnut. This is a hackberry call. The wood is hackberry. It's light colored like maple, but it's got a different grain. This is the same call, but as you can see, this one's got like a hectagon shaped body. It's not round. Of course, that don't change the sound any. It's just, you know, a little bit different look. I've only done a couple of those over time, which I do the round body ones all the time. This call, this one's made out of katabi wood, like a tree that many of the old timers used to get fishing worms off of to go fishing with. Old katabi worms. Wood's got a kind of strong smell. It's very durable when it comes to moisture. The wood, it won't rot, kind of like a cedar or whatever it might be. And this is another hackberry call. It's identical to the other one that I showed you there a second ago, and this is another hackberry. But they're all pretty much just alike, except, you know, the different wood types is pretty much just a kind of like a color preference thing, as far as, you know, if it's light color, dark color, whatever. Like when you place an order with me, I will pull out of these bins whatever that, you know, that you may want. Different calls, crow, and there's a bin that's got a bunch of Wingwoods. But I've got all kinds of different calls, you know, sorted, certain kinds to different bins and whatever else. All right, I'm gonna blow this Jake Wingbone call right quick, and then I'm gonna let you hear the Wingwood, and then I'm gonna jump over to the snuff can call. You can hear a lot of times the notes in the different series aren't evenly spaced. And I do a lot of that and make it sound kind of choppy on purpose sometimes, because that's one of the tricks over the years that I've used to get many turkeys to respond to me. And a lot of times too, I'll do that more of a male turkey or a jake yelp. But a very, very effective sound. And this is a smaller call. This is a 2-piece wing bone. The first one was a 3-piece. That's going to be more of a male turkey sound, like a jake yelp. Slower cadence. Very, very effective killer sound, the wingwood. But I showed you these different snuff can tube calls over here a second ago. And of course, this is one and I've actually hunted with. This is one that's been in the woods with me on a good number of kills in the turkey woods already. This call has a 3 mil thick latex. I get a guy to pre-cut these blank reed strips for me, and he's got them, you know, in I think 3 mil, 4 mil, and 5 mil. I used to use 4 mil a lot, which was the mid-range reed. Of course, you can get a lot of good sounds from the 4 mil, but you can hen yelp with considerably less air with the 3 mil. So the 3 mil, the thinnest one, is about all I use nowadays. You know, like I've stated before, you know, it takes a good bit of practice, you know, to get where you can use a tube call or get to the point, you know, where you can master it. But I'm telling you, and once you learn it, it is a killer. But what I'm doing exactly is I like this rubber membrane. I like for it to be wet. The call's easier to operate, and I get a better sound when it's wet. But what exactly that I'm doing is my top lip. My top lip is laying all the way up on top of the rim, or on top of the band up here. And the center of my bottom lip is protruding exactly where the slit is. Or the center edge of my bottom lip is actually going in the slit. So it's kind of like using a mouth diaphragm call. The diaphragm's laying on your tongue, and the tighter you push that call up against the roof of your mouth with your tongue, the higher the pitch is. It's kind of the same thing here, except the further in you push your bottom lip against that reed, the higher the sound. So it's kind of the same basics, except, you know, it's just a little different layout. And all I'm doing is trying to get a key-awk sound. Now you can hear that high and low, high and low. That's my bottom lip starting out by pressing my bottom lip into the reed further and backing out. Press in, back out, press in, back out. Key-awk, 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 key-awk. Now, you want to do just that same thing, except you want to speed that up. Now that's the sound. That's the sound that you're going to get out there and cover some ground with, like on a windy day or whatever. You get a turkey to hear you a long ways with that, of course. Now, if you want to kill some of the volume, some people, you can wad up a piece of Kleenex and, poke up in the end of this or whatever, which that'll work. A piece of a sponge, number of different things work. But you can simply just do it by putting your finger in it like that. And I'm only putting about 1 inch of my finger just right in the edge of that hole. Actually, as you can see, I'm holding the caul by the edge like that. Now, just the tip of my finger sticking in here is going to kill about half the volume. If you don't want to be as loud, maybe if you're up on the ridge top, up in the woods or something, or up in a big hollow or something, you don't want to throw as much volume out there. Just stick your finger in the end of it a little bit. And do this and still do the same thing when it comes to mouth placement now. Now, if you want the sound to be like more higher pitched and more loud and piercing, like for really, really covering a lot of ground, you kind of tighten your jaws out like this when you blow, and you're going to get a sound more louder and piercing. Like that. Now, if you kind of drop your jaws down when you do it, and kind of create more of a hollow pocket with your mouth, and do the same thing, it's going to give you a lower sound. All right, now to cut, I'm wanting to use the same mouth placement, except I'm going to press my bottom lip in even tighter and harder against that rubber membrane, and just go pop, 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 pop. Now, if you want to gobble, you're just going to say tucka, 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 using the same mouth placement again of just go tucka, 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 and don't use as much lip pressure as you would like on the hen yelp. And just go tucka, 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 tucka. And I'm going to start it with my hands open, and I'm going to end the gobble with my hands closed or mostly closed. I can tell you now, that'll drive a turkey crazy a lot of time. that's always, usually when I go to different shows, out of all the different calls that I carry, the snuff can tube call is usually, to put it, the star of the show. It's usually the call that everybody wants to hear. And they're always just like, man, how does he do that? How does he make it sound like that? It's really, really amazing. It is, to be able to do what I can do on the snuff can tube call today. And the only reason that I can, the only thing that I know to tell you is the year's practice that I've put in. So, if you don't begin and get a start somewhere at some point learning, you won't never be able to do it. But if you start now, start practicing, practice. And when you get done with that, practice some more. And one of these days, there'll be a day to come, you'll be able to do it. You'll be able to kill turkeys with it. So many people, they always think, man, how do you gobble on it like that? I can just tell you, it's practice. So I hope that you have enjoyed watching on this episode. And yes, I will continuously have some of the turkey snuff can tube calls on hand, of course, and you're welcome to contact me at any time in regards to ordering one. I include a package like this. The call will come in a package, a plastic package, and there's a container in here that's got some extra reeds and some extra O-rings in it up here. As I always do, I encourage you to be safe outdoors. And until next time, I'm Garen Carlin, Mosses Creek Outdoors, Tennessee, and I'll see you.